Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another fantabulous day. Hope you are having a great day. I'm Shannon with Fit for Profit, and it's good to be back with you. It's been a couple weeks. I don't usually get to take a couple weeks off of doing Facebook Lives, so I hope everybody's had a good couple weeks. I know we were on spring break last week. I know there's a lot of schools in our area that are on spring break this week. So hopefully, wherever you are, maybe you're getting a little bit of a reset or you're experiencing some spring weather. If that's something you get in your neck of the woods. I know some places only have like 2 seasons, cold and hot. We have 4. So if you're here, give me a wave, a shout out, let me know that you can hear me. That's always helpful. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started since it is the beginning of April and we just ended the first quarter. There are some tasks that we believe you should do in your finances every quarter. And one of those is a quarterly expense analysis. And so I thought today I would talk to you a little bit about how you could do a quarterly expense analysis. So there's several different ways. I talk about 3 on a regular basis. And I think they're pretty easy. So I thought I would just run through them pretty quickly, give you some thoughts to get started. And then if you have questions, be sure to drop those in the comments and I will try to my best to help you out. So what we're looking for with the quarterly expense analysis, right, is to reduce your expenses in some way, shape, or form, and or to find expenses that you just maybe weren't paying attention to over the last quarter and things that have been weird or different or abnormal with them. So what the very first way I think that's the easiest for most people, whether you have an accounting software or not, you can do this because you all have bank statements. So I want you to go grab the last 3 months of your bank statements and actually print them out and also grab like 3 highlighters or different colored pens because we're going to categorize your expenses just by circling them or highlighting them on your bank statement into 3 different categories. So then you just go line by line through your bank statement. Every single expense, you label it one of 3 ways. You either label it as P, or maybe you use green for that expense. And that's going to be any expense that directly generates profit in your business. So think about payroll for your coaches or for your therapists, who are the people who are actually delivering the service. Without them, you aren't generating cash, right? So you should be generating a profit from them. So label those things with a P or, like I said, green or whatever color you choose. This would also be the cost of purchasing anything that you resell. So if you have a retail store and you purchase goods for that, those things would be labeled green. They're kind of required for your business, right? Then the second thing you're going to look for and label is expenses that you could find a less expensive alternative. So use an R for that, replace, or yellow maybe, right? They're a caution. You're going to look into them. You're not sure yet how they're going to go. So those are expenses that you could find a less expensive alternative. Those are usually like your commodities, your cell phone bill, your utilities maybe in your area, those types of things. Maybe even rent, you might be able to negotiate that. So anything you can negotiate, you want to label with an R or yellow. And then the third thing that you want to label is unnecessary expenses. And I like to label those with either a U for unnecessary or like red or pink. We want to stop those expenses, right? So you're just going to go through and label every single expense. I like to do this for 3 months because we're doing this every 3 months. So if you did it last quarter, then you do it for the last 3 months. You're doing it for this quarter, and you might find something new or different. And if you haven't done this at all, you definitely will find some R's or yellows or U's or reds. You're not done there. Then you need to go back to those replaceable expenses, those yellow expenses, and find those less expensive alternatives. And with those U's, you need to, or those reds, you need to actually cut those expenses. But the analysis of finding them is labeling them one of those 3 colors. The second way you might be able to do an expense analysis, if you already have an accounting software set up, and here at Fit for Profit, we use and recommend QuickBooks Online. If you use QuickBooks Online, the report that you're going to run is called a transaction report by vendor summary. And you run that and you sort it by vendors. And I run that for 4 to 5 months, maybe even 6, because here we're looking for consistency in expenses. So if you know that you have a software subscription that costs $29 every single month, but then one month all of a sudden it goes up to, or they double charge you, or it goes up to $39, you want to look into that and find out why. So anytime we're looking at for consistency, we need to look at a longer time frame, because you need something to compare January to. So we want to compare it to December, and you can run it for 6 months just to see what's happening. We're also looking for duplicate expenses. So that's a different way to run an expense analysis. Of course, if you have that software, you can also do those 3 colors with your expenses on that report instead of getting your bank statements. And then the third and final way that our clients can do an expense analysis, we give all of our clients what we call a Profit First dashboard. And once they've been with us for a period of time and have advanced past the beginner stage, we have advanced tabs on that dashboard that will help them do this expense analysis. So definitely figure out which way, one of those things that you can do to do an expense analysis. If you're having trouble deciding if something is profitable or replaceable or unnecessary, here's a quick pro tip. You can defend every one of those expenses to another business owner. So find a buddy and do this with them and have to talk through every single expense. Promise you'll find more replaceable and unnecessary expenses when you have to defend them to somebody else. It kind of takes the emotion out of it. So those are the 3 ways. I'm going to drop a link in the comments below. If you want to book a call and learn more about our dashboard and how we can help you with your quarterly expense analysis, you can definitely click that link, fill out our survey, and then meet with one of our coaches to learn about getting help doing your quarterly expense analysis. So I hope this was helpful. Definitely leave me a comment below if you have questions. And if you've already done your quarterly expense analysis, give me a hell yes, because that's awesome for you. Little secret, I've only been back in the office for 3 days. I haven't done mine yet. So I'm headed to do mine this afternoon. Definitely, like I said, if you've already done yours, let me know in the comments, because we want to celebrate that as well. Thank you all for another great Thursday morning, and I will look forward to being back here next week.